Hello, hello, I'm Karjan. This is Let's Play Bastion Round 2, New Game Plus. I keep saying Take 2, but it's not really Take 2. So, I did do all of these visits to you-know-who. Who knows where. You-know-who. What? And got some vigils out of it. I also did all of the proving grounds.
The dynasty, to the families of the city, all reunited. The faith, Mother, this one's for you.
Okay. These three I'm probably not going to do, because I kind of suck at two of those three weapons. And the third one with the, third one's just kind of luck-based. So, let's see. No, I don't want the army carbine. The scrap musket there, and the war machete. And I want... Interesting. Not that I can use any of this. Let's use the... Whoops.
Seen a lot of strange before, but this takes the cake. Anything survives a musket shot ought to be quick work for that blade.
Yeah. And that's basically what I want.
He ain't all that shy.
I want the, quick work with the blade. Nope, I don't need any of that. And forget the shrine. Okay. So, there's pretty much nothing left on the map. Except for the Tazal Terminals, which is the last one. So, once again, back to the final area.
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away. But he'll be all right.
Stupid birds are annoying.
The calamity hit the Tazal Terminals hardest of all.
Dare I go this way?
You know
Yeah,
why
okay.
Zolf went back there. The place was his home. All his old friends and family were there. Taken by the calamity. Zolf must be there all alone, just waiting.
Okay. I don't really need the...
You know what's funny? Well,
No, I don't know what's funny. Enlighten me. Probably shouldn't have done the machete. Well, it does bleed damage, so... Those that come close enough to me can get bled to death.
all of us are waiting for a kid.
hate poison.
Look around. There's not much left to do here in the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right?
There we go.
But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this. There's something I want you to understand.
Just keep healing.
When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete. This disease the Arab planted here will go away.
Come on.
Celandia will be whole again. Everything will be back to normal.
Come on.
Everyone will be all right.
Everyone will be alright, really?
Problem is, we'll all be gone. Oh, we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop.
Yeah, because that's a brilliant plan.
Things will go back to the way they used to be.
So that all of your failures
That's
can
the power
be
of the
repeated.
Bastion. This whole place is a living record of the times before the calamity.
So that you can just... Oh man, I hate this part. Hopscotch.
You'd be your old self again. Think of all those times that didn't go your way.
Doesn't do you any good if you can't remember it.
You follow me?
Thanks, game.
All of life's little setbacks. Imagine if you could have another go at them.
Doesn't really do you any good if you can't remember.
No mistakes. Anyone you've ever hurt. Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand?
Not if you can't remember it.
Wouldn't you agree? Well, I guess there's nothing more to say.
The most foolish ideas. Come on.
Who am I kidding?
Oh god, I hate this part.
Look. There's something else. A confession. How come I know so much about the Bastion?
Go away. Whoops. I think that's a little too far to jump.
Well, I designed the place, but that's beside the point.
At least it was polite enough to put me on there. Come on. Die already.
There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it.
Yeah, because how do you know you've tested it?
So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing?
Absolutely nothing. Oh, at least put me there this time. Much better at this time.
The
First
answer
time.
is... I don't know.
It's kind of this vain, wishful hope that if you just undo everything, things will change.
You're wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's alright. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us.
Okay.
Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
Let's... There we go.
The weight of the calamity. It's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go. The Bastion does have another function, strictly speaking.
Okay, so unfortunately, at this point, there's nothing you can do to avoid this, grabbing this.
If ever the monument blew out and we couldn't repair it, we could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here.
Where's my way? Oh, Durr. It's right here. Blue Arrow didn't show up. I can't do anything without being told where to go. Oh.
You know Zolf and his countrymen won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you?
Come on. Really hate the
Zolf
battering
and the
ram.
Ura, all they want now is to see the Bastion fall. Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between the Ura and Caelondia.
Okay.
He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out.
That is a pretty radical solution, no matter which way you look at it.
Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency, though, has he? He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kid.
Go away, go away.
For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. It's such a shame. But that's life.
Okay.
It ain't a simple matter of pride, either.
There. Dealt with. Grab the
One
shard.
thing's for sure. The Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
Okay, well. We took Zolf with us last time, so we're going to be a little cruel. Oh, come on. There it is. We're just going
Kid
to leave
saved
him.
Zolf once, but I don't think he'd make the same mistake. I wouldn't.
We're just going to leave him
Don't
to
you
die.
worry, though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright. Although, after talking it over like this, guess I'm beginning to have my doubts.
So, I no longer have a health bar, so pretty sure that there's literally no way I can lose this. Everything's falling apart. Out of my way. I said out of my way. And instead of them just watching you, like what happens when you carry Zolf,
Kid's
everyone's-
probably dealt with Zolf by now. He reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days?
everything falls away and they all die, as opposed to just sitting there. Okay.
Hey, kid. Get up, kid.
Don't wanna. You've done everything to me.
Come on, that ain't funny. I say get up. That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk. The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions.
You made it. So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rex. I'd hate to be in your shoes. If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world. Zolf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up. Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before.
Fair enough. So she's basically all for moving on with life and not trying to...
Good to see you. You can undo the calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you. Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore.
I'm kind of curious, if the calamity has basically ripped this area of the world apart, has the rest of the world been ripped apart?
Zolf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him. You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it. Don't let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Use only as directed. Well, we did restoration the first time, so let's go evacuate.
Oh, mother. And here I figured you'd had enough of me by now.
Never.
You could have undone the calamity itself. But instead, you want to stay. In a world like this. I gotta admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea. Of carrying on. With you here. We can't go back no more. But I suppose we could go wherever we please. And if anyone's left out there, I sure would like to see the look in their faces when we dock this thing right on their doorstep. Getting ahead of myself, though. I'm gonna need a first mate. What do you say?
Ship of 3. So, that was Bastion New Game Plus, which really isn't any different from Bastion Game Plus. Main difference is you get to keep your weapons. And there's the other ending. The choice with Zolf doesn't really seem to make too much difference, although it might have made a difference if I had saved him and brought him back and done evacuation, but whatever. So I kind of feel that the evacuation option is the better option, just not even just from storytelling perspective, because both of them are kind of interesting from storytelling perspective. But it was kind of acknowledged that even though they sort of remembered, they didn't remember enough to prevent the calamity to begin with, or they didn't go back far enough. I kind of had this feeling that they didn't, not only did they not remember, but they literally went back just to like right after the calamity happened. Excuse me. Tickle in my throat is not going away. So the idea that you could just, you know, take this bastion, this floating fortress, and just sail away is, I think, the better option, because, well, at least then you have a chance to find other people, as opposed to getting perpetually locked into a time loop where you're doing the same thing over and over again, but you don't actually remember it. And who knows, the calamity might be actually a Doctor Who style fixed point in time. You can't change it. Maybe the world was supposed to have that happen, and even if you tried to prevent it, something else would happen that would set it off. Who knows? Anyway. Sorry, just drinking some water. I'm trying to get my throat to stop tickling like it's doing. So yeah, I've run out of things to talk about as we watch this wonderful, riveting Firefly dance in the background. Because who watches the credits? So that's it for Bastion. I am finished with it. I really don't know what game I'll end up playing next, but it'll probably be another thing out of my Steam library. Anyway. Kind of waiting to see if there's anything beyond the credits, but I don't think there is. I really do want to get my hands on Transistor. I've heard that's a good one. And since it's made by the same group, it's got the same general art style. It looks good, and I do want to get my hands on it, but oh well. Okay, so there's nothing beyond the credits. Anyway, I will see you in another game. Until then,